Welcome to Nationwide on Africa's largest television network, NTA. I am Kendi Olale. The Nigerian judiciary has been told to make itself a dependable ally in the quest to improve the nation's democracy. The call came from judicial and legal experts who spoke at the annual conference of judges of the Federal High Court holding in Abuja. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewo has the details.
The conference is a training and retraining platform for the judges on emerging trends and issues, not only in the judiciary, but also in the polity generally.
It also provides a platform for judges to strategize on the means of adopting global best practices to meet critical challenges in the dispensation of justice to all.
Everyone's focus for now seems to be on the 2019 general elections, which is why speakers and guests called on the judiciary generally and the judges of the Federal High Court in particular to work towards increasing the confidence of Nigerians on that arm of government.
It is important that extra care is taken in handling these political cases because of their nature. Actions or inactions by a judge, no matter how honestly done, is capable of misinterpretation.
I pray for wisdom for them and that they will keep to their oath and to the law.
The Federal High Court also has presence in all the states of the Federation, and so it's a very important court.
Coming from a period of vacation which signified the end of the last legal year, this annual conference is a period for stock-taking for the judges and an opportunity to look into the possibilities for a better judiciary in the coming legal year. In Abuja, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
Thank you, Femi. The Buhari Osinbajo support group in Nasarawa State says it is reaching out to the grassroots to showcase the achievement of President Muhammadu Buhari and canvass his re-election in 2019. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that scores turned out to embrace the initiative in Doma local government area.
With emphasis on grassroots mobilization and support for the re-election bid of President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo for another period of 4 years, the APC supporters say they will continue to embrace the core values of democracy and propagate the vision of the founding fathers of Nigeria. Chieftains of APC in Doma local government area described the movement as a revolutionary mission aimed at sustaining the gains of democracy recorded within the first 4 years of the Buhari's administration in the areas of urban and rural development programs, youth and women empowerment, delivery of critical infrastructures, and restoration of the nation's image.
The masses are the original pillars. They are the people who sacrifice their lives and made it possible for President Muhammadu Buhari to emerge.
The reason why we need Buhari, because Buhari is a good man. Buhari supports Guru Doma local government. They are cooperating to follow Buhari administration.
We need the whole Nigerian people to support this government.
They affirmed that APC remains intact in the state and would work tirelessly for continuity and progress of the state and the nation as a whole. In Lafia, I am Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
And now to some environmental matters. The federal government has declared a state of national disaster in 4 states of the country. The state are Niger, Kogi, Anambra, and Delta State. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu reports.
The Director General of NEMA, Mustapha Mehadja, made the declaration in Lokoja, Kogi State, while inspecting flood-ravaged areas. He said this step has been taken to avert the escalation of the devastating consequences already experienced in the 4 frontline states. The NEMA DG said the remaining 8 frontline states will be kept under strict monitoring to avert any eventuality. Available records from NEMA show that about 100 persons have so far lost their lives in flooding incidences in 10 states across the country. By this declaration, the agency has activated the search and rescue units of the military to swing into action. While commiserating with the government and people of the flood-ravaged states, the NEMA boss promised to sustain the tempo of evacuation and relocation of victims.
May I further state and announce that the National Emergency Management Center, the situation room, domicile at the NEMA headquarters, and the 5 territorial emergency operations centers have been activated and fully on ground for effective search and rescue operations.
On the lasting solution to avert reoccurrence of floods every year, the NEMA DG said the federal government, in collaboration with states, will deal with the situation. Kogi State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba, who expressed worry at the speed at which the water volume kept rising, however, thanked the federal government for the prompt interventions.
That action ordinarily should start from the state planning units for effective future and to prevent all this from happening at all times. So.
The water volume as at this week is put at 11.05 as against the earlier volume of 10.86. From Lokoja, Kogi State, Ilyasu Aliyakubu, NTA News.
And as part of response strategy to perennial flooding and other effects of climate change in Nigeria, experts have advocated the establishment of Disaster Management Academy at community level for manpower training. Discussing the impact of flooding and climate change on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria, experts say it is critical for Nigeria to prepare and not wait for disaster to happen. Gufan Shaji reports.
Over the years, the average global temperature has increased, and so has advocacy to curb emissions, burning of fossil fuels, greenhouse gases, and other air pollutants. To prevent the environmental, economic, and health consequences that come with effects of climate change, guests suggested the use of technology via satellite to predict flood disasters, as well as short and long-term infrastructure to help curb flooding.
Get into structures that will actually mitigate or stop flooding. How do you do that? First thing is, we have flood maps in Nigeria. They may be a cake now because they're over 20, 30 years old, but they are still very reliable flood. You look at the flood map, look at the flood plains, you evacuate people and allocate land to them and help them to re-establish themselves.
Focus our efforts not on trying to respond to disaster, but actually preparing the communities to know what to do.
The Director General of NEMA, who gave an update of a store of some flood-prone areas, said the situation is worrisome and compounded by the refusal of people to evacuate from flood plains.
All the buildings by the river banks were completely submerged. You can't imagine how someone could even build. In fact, you need not to be told that that place will one day be submerged.
Before we left for Lokoja, we got in touch with the Cameroonian authorities, those people who are in charge of the Lagbo Dam. And the good news for Nigerian is, according to him, he said their rainfall is decreasing. So the water level has dropped with 2 meters.
We have a small publication that we call Card of Flood. If you go to our website, you will see it, but it's a small booklet that we disseminate to all MDAs involved in flash flood emergency response.
The guest reiterated the need for synergy among relevant agencies and sensitization campaigns at the grassroots. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, NTA News.
Still on environmental issues, the Director General of Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, Professor Sani Abubakar Mashi, has advised people to desist from activities that produce depleting substance and powerful greenhouse gases that contribute to the thinning of the ozone layer. Professor Mashi was speaking with newsmen on the occasion of International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layer observed every 16th September. Myriad Abenka Amadi completes the report.
Ozone layer protects the Earth from the harmful portion of the sun's rays, in turn helping to preserve life on the planet. This makes it paramount to protect the ozone layer from harmful ozone-depleting substance and powerful greenhouse gases that thin the ozone layer and have negative consequences on health, the environment and the economy. The International Day for the Preservation of Ozone Layer was designed to protect the ozone layer after the 1987 international agreement called the Montreal Protocol.
Why we are particularly concerned with ozone is because ozone is blocking very harmful radiation from coming to the Earth's surface. So through this way, ozone is regarded as an important partner to life on Earth. So because it is an important partner to life on Earth, it means we must take steps in order to protect it. If we don't take those particular steps, it means we are now reducing the extent to which the ozone is protecting us.
An Earth without ozone is like a house without a roof. What effort is being made to protect the ozone layer in Nigeria?
To identify the kind of human activities we are doing over the Earth's surface and how they are contributing the various gases into the atmosphere. To ensure that there are very, very stringent regulations in every country, including Nigeria, against anybody that is contributing towards these gases. So which means any activity you are doing that is releasing gases that will go and affect ozone layer, it means you are an enemy to the Earth.
The theme for World Ozone Day 2018 is Keep Cool, Carry On, the Montreal Protocol. Miriam Emekamadi, NTA News.
And now to security matters, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has directed troops of Operation Safe Haven in Jos Plateau State to sniff out criminals taking refuge in forests around the plateau. General Tukur Buratai gave the directive while on operational visits to the state. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
This demonstration comprises members of the military and paramilitary in a joint refresher course under the Nigerian Army to sharpen their skills and capacity in addressing emerging internal security threats. The Army Chief, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, is visiting Army units, formations, interacting with commanders, urging them to re-strategize to enhance their ability to stem crime.
We still have serious challenge in terms of the security situation.
With the increase in reported cases of armed robbery, kidnapping, killings within the areas of responsibility of Operation Safe Haven, he charged troops to be proactive.
We must penetrate and go deep into those areas and clear the doubt of all the criminals. Anybody seen carrying arms must be dealt with decisively. Is that clear? Yes, sir.
Impressed with the demonstration, Lieutenant General Buratai said the refresher course should continue to accommodate other officers. The Chief of Army Staff also inspected the Nigerian Army Medical Outpost in Tigi in Riom local government area of Plateau State. The hospital was built as part of the Nigerian Army Civil-Military Relation Project. From Riom in Plateau State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And it's time to link up with our Lagos Network Center for more on Nationwide, and Dotun is our guide. Hello Dotun, good to see you.
Thank you, Kende, and welcome to Lagos. The federal government has begun channelization and evacuation of drainage in Surulere area of Lagos. This is in line with recent warnings by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, of likely torrential rainfall that could flood in some parts of the country, especially flood-prone areas, Doyin Dia reports.
The network of ecological gully erosion control projects was approved by President Muhammadu Buhari under the Ecological Fund. The channelization, which is to evacuate dirt from canal and completely overhaul the water channels, will begin from railway line in Yaba area of Surulere through Tejusho to Babs Animashaun, with The recent predictions and warning by NIMET on the changes in weather conditions which may result in heavy flooding, many states are already putting resources together to mitigate the adverse effects.
These locations are plagued with serious ecological problems and specifically highlighted the environmental hazards encountered, to include flooding, inappropriate drainage works, lack of strict adherence to town planning laws, and the silting of existing canals. To arrest further occurrence of the problem, our government recommended that the following measures be taken. 1. Construction of reinforced concrete drain to convey the storm runoff to discharge points. The sealing of canals, evacuation of the canal waste to locations outside Surulere to avoid another canal blockade.
Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Agbola Dabiri, said the state government will consolidate the gesture.
Lagos State definitely has its own plans, which they have been doing all along. But you know, all of us, we are all governments, and we must complement the efforts of both the federal, the states. We must complement it.
The erosion control project will be completed in 3 months in Lagos, doing DIA NT News.
Enhancing maintenance operations through better safety culture, creating safety climate, and having a safety management system have been identified as pivotal to mitigating accidents in the aviation sector. Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, at the Mobility Command Safety Seminar says achieving a zero accident rate in the Nigerian Air Force is only achievable when concerned parties uphold safety standards and procedures for effective operations. The International Air Transport Association Safety Report found that 26% of accidents have a maintenance cause effect. Safety in aircraft maintenance has therefore been a prioritized discourse in the aviation sector. Maintaining its aircraft, such as this C-130, the Nigerian Air Force says holds the key to its operational efficiency. This seminar by the Mobility Command 301 Heavy Lift Group aims to enhance operational efficiency through elimination of platform losses caused by avoidable accidents.
For the safety Nigerian Air Force exists, especially with the establishment of Nigerian Air Force Institute of Safety. There is a need to step up the game with a view to driving home this renewed safety consciousness.
The seminar is to build the capacity of officers and engineers to meet the demands of the constantly evolving process of aircraft maintenance.
Many Nigerian Air Force personnel have been trained both locally and abroad on safety-related issues. In addition, the Nigerian Air Force has revitalized the Nigerian Air Force Institute of Safety.
The seminar has as its theme promoting safety culture in aircraft maintenance and armament engineering environment. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has developed methods that evaluate the hazardous level of chemicals in cosmetics and other agrochemical products. Director General of the agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, disclosed this at a meeting with players in the food and drug manufacturing industry in Lagos.
Some of the challenges faced by manufacturers, importers and exporters in the food and agro-allied sectors are in the areas of standards and quality of products. This sometimes leads to the rejection of some of their products by importing countries. This meeting at the instance of NAFDAC is to address these issues and identify other regulatory challenges that impede the growth of businesses. Director General of NAFDAC says the agency is currently working on encouraging local production of cosmetics, improving the quality of products for exports, and facilitating the ease of doing business.
The problems we are seeing today are accumulation of removal of NAFDAC from the ports. Now that we are back, we are really stepping up in terms of inspection of what is coming in and enforcement.
Stakeholders identified areas of challenges to include faking of products, forgery, harassment by the police, as well as multiple regulation by government agencies.
Produce merchants that export grain and cocoa out of the country, when they go, they discover you have residue of chemical. The fault is not from our members. CropLife has a self-regulation policy in place, so we regulate our members.
NAFDAC is regulating. The SON is regulating. Some other NESRA or whatsoever, they are all regulating. We need to have a clear pathway of who we are to obey.
With such consultations, it is expected that there will be increased collaboration with industry players to grow the sector and drive federal government's diversification agenda.
Let's join Chinyenye Nwoye in Enugu for news making the rounds in that zone.
Thank you, Dotun, and welcome to Enugu. The Director of the Civil Aviation Authority, Captain Mukhtar Usman, has appealed to Southeast governors and key players to make more spaces available within MNA to enable the authority to deploy safety and critical equipment at the Akanu Biam International Airport, Enugu. The Director General made the plea in a one-day inspection tour at the Enugu Airport. Eva Aneke reports.
The Director General was at the Central School, MNA, Uyemene, and the 3-kilometer runway crash road at the Akanu Biam International Airport, Enugu. Captain Usman said there is urgent need to extend the runway to those identified areas to enable deploy safety edge aircraft lightning equipment to enhance landing and takeoff of aircrafts. On the provision of regular water supply to the airport, he said it is also the work of the state government.
All we're asking for is the intervention of the state to make the land available for us to be able to deploy those safety critical equipment, those safe operations into Akanu Biam International Airport in Enugu.
Captain Usman further noted that effort is being made to cope with the airport certification program as civil international organization of all airports that engage in passenger services. He explained that Akanu Biam is now poised to meet that standard for safer and effective performance. In Enugu, Eva Aneke, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Enugu State Government has concluded arrangements to set up a committee to investigate and resolve issues surrounding the expansion of Akanu Biam International Airport, Enugu. Commissioner for Information, Obuago Anikwe, stated this after the State Executive Council meeting held at Government House, Enugu. Ijomu Gweke.
The commissioner said the stakeholders in the aviation industry would be part of the committee members, and other members will be drawn from Federal Airport Authority, Nigerian Export Promotion Authority, State Ministry of Land, Commerce and Industry, as well as Empower Free Trade Zone Management. Mr. Nikwe explained that the stakeholders would unravel what appears to be a disagreement among federal authorities operating in Enugu State regarding ownership of vast hectares of land the state government approved around the airport for use. Mr. Nikwe further noted that if at the end of the meeting that any of the parties needs more land, especially for the airport project, the state government will attend to the need. He explained that Enugu State has donated vast hectares of land for airport expansion to encourage federal government speedily complete the airport expansion project in Enugu. Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
Primary and secondary schools in Enugu State have commenced a new academic session. A visit to police revealed that teaching and learning have started in earnest. Jude Abugo reports that teachers were at their various duty posts.
Around break time, when NTA News crew visited some schools in the metropolis, some students and pupils were seen in the premises utilizing recreational facilities. In some other schools, however, pupils were in their various classes receiving lessons. In all the schools visited, teachers were busy with academic works.
Yeah, the turnout is quite impressive. It's very massive. The students, they really turned out. But the only limitation we had was that a majority of them did not come in with their parents as directed by the government.
All the children are in the classes. The teachers are teaching. No children are being admitted. So we're not left behind.
On the outlook for the new academic session, the chairman, Enugu State Post Primary School Management Board, said the agency has come up with new measures to combat social vices in the school.
Re-registration exercise is beginning in earnest, where all parents, all guardians are expected to come with their wards to renew their interest in that child to remain in the school by signing an undertaking to be of good conduct.
Students who were yet to resume were advised to start immediately in order not to miss the resumption test, which will be conducted within the week. In Enugu, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Enugu. Nationwide continues in Abuja after this timeout.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Rampage and floods across communities and states, the interventions and the way out. That's the thrust of NTA Tuesday Live this week. Stemming the tide of flooding. Don't miss it.
For years, the NTA has been promoting science, technology, arts and crafts under the tagged name National Children's Expo. We are set with another edition as we gather children around Nigeria, junior category ages 6 to 12 and senior category ages 13 to 18. The theme for Expo 2018, achieving self-sufficiency in agriculture, meeting the challenges of security and exposition of alternative energy as pathways to national development. Date, October 21st to 25th, 2018. Venue, NTA Headquarters Arena, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. We are set to celebrate the best of innovation across the country. For more information, please call the following numbers. NTA ETV, promoting learning.
Zuma Film Festival 2018 Abuja. Theme, Archiving for Creativity. Date, December 1st to 7th, 2018. Featuring film screenings, masterclasses, special tributes, NFC Annual Film Lecture, NFC Annual Essay Competition Awards, special national and state days, Lifetime Achievement Awards, and Zuma Film Festival 2018 Awards. Submission of entries for non-competition, competition and screening is ongoing and closes September 30th, 2018. All entries should be forwarded to the festival director, Zuma Film Festival Nigerian Film Corporation, headquarters in Jos, and or its zonal offices in Abia, Lagos, Kano, Asaba, Yola, and Abuja, or through the Film Freeway online platform, www.filmfreeway.com. For further inquiries, call 0033146842, 08052728321, or 08063390420, or visit the website www.zumafilmfest.gov.ng. Zuma Film Festival 2018, December 1st to 7th, Abuja, Nigerians' foremost film festival.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous, whether you do it for fun or for political gains. Real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
It's good to know you're still there with us. And as Nigeria prepares to mark the 58th Independence Day celebration, the organizing committee has rolled out the activities to commemorate the historic event with a theme, an essence, a diversity for national development. Linda Ogidi reports.
Permanent Secretary and Chairman, 2018 Independence Day Central Organizing Committee, Gabriel Aduda, says that the federal government has approved series of activities to mark the event. According to him, there will be a photo exhibition of the national history on 25th to 27th of this month with the theme
Footprints of our political leaders. This event will run for 3 days at the International Conference Center in Abuja at 9 a.m. daily.
Part of the activities lineup include rehearsals and simulations by various agencies preparatory to the D-Day.
Movement of military hardware, as well as flight maneuvers by fast-moving Air Force jets and helicopters from the Federal Capital Territory airspace. The major affected airspaces will include the Eagle Square, the Three Arm Zone, Kefi, Ado, Orozo, Karu, Yanyan, Guzape, and Asokoro areas.
He advised Nigerians not to panic at the sight and sound of these personnel and equipment maneuvers by the military and other paramilitary agencies. Linda Ogidi, NTA News.
Nigerian youths say they're ready like never before to put Nigeria first in all they do by promoting peace, unity and development of the country. They re-echoed this at the NYC orientation camp in Bauchi State, which played host to the 2018 batch B Stream 2 core members posted to Bauchi and Gombe State. Olayinka Ojo reports.
From different institutions, fields of study, ethnic and religious backgrounds, these youths have come to serve their fatherland. But one statement that remained constant on their lips is selfless service and country first.
Nigeria is not a place or a building. Nigeria is you, Nigeria is me. So putting Nigeria forward means putting me and you forward.
Then the responsibility to protect each other is more laden on our shoulders.
This is an indication that they are going to leave enduring legacies in their various host communities of service.
In the last 3 weeks, these torchbearers of the nation have been exposed to the rudiments of reinventing nationhood. Having discovered entrepreneurial skills of their choice in different skill sets, the core members say they no longer see challenges but solutions to sustainable wealth creation.
Most advanced countries are being driven by entrepreneurs.
If I have a little capital on my own, I'll be able to establish a business.
Government has instituted a series of empowerment programs that will transform you to small business operators.
Director General NYSC Brigadier General Suleiman Kazauri urged the state governments to give core members tasking duties that will enable them bring their wealth of experience to bear for national prosperity, but not without this request.
It's needed to solicit the Executive Governor of Bauchi State for his assistance, especially the monthly allowance of the core members. The Executive Governor of Bauchi State should please look at that area.
Over 40,000 youth corps members participated in the 2018 Batch B Stream 2 orientation exercise. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Ogbunaya Onu has urged ECOWAS member state to pay more attention to the exploration of science and technology to develop the sub-region. He gave the charge when the ECOWAS Commissioner for Education, Science and Culture, Professor Leopoldo Amado, paid a visit to invite the minister to the third meeting of ministers in charge of science and technology holding this year. Justin Bem reports.
After 5 years of the adoption of the ECOWAS policy on science and technology, ECOPOST, a policy in line with SDGs and ECOWAS framework in science and technology, the Commissioner says it is time for the Commission to evaluate what member states and development partners have done so far. And this is the reason for the meeting scheduled for November this year in Cotonou to converge all ministers in charge of science and technology. As Nigeria heads the ECOWAS now, the Commission wants Dr. Ogbonaya Onu to chair the meeting and adopt strategic documents which member states have to validate. The Minister of Science and Technology tasked the ECOWAS community to focus more on innovation-driven economy to produce whatever it needs, with a reminder that the level of attention a country pays to science and technology makes it different from other countries in terms of economic strength.
I believe that that meeting will offer an opportunity for the ministers to help in redirecting their various countries to pay attention, more attention to science, technology, and innovation. I'm also happy that there is the proposal to now establish a West African Academy of Science, so that the various academies of science in the constituting nations of ECOWAS can come together under that umbrella.
Dr. Ogbonaya Onu commended the ECOWAS for working assiduously to promote science and technology in the region. In Abuja, Justin Bem-Unyi, NTA News.
Moving on to political matters, the Labour Party has reacted to a press statement alleging that the return of the immediate past governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko, to the party and his ideology is not acceptable. National chairman of the party, Abdulkadir Abdulsalam, while briefing the media, said Nigerians should disregard the statement as it is aimed at misinforming the public about the party's ideology and its fortune. Patricia Esameluba reports.
The current leadership of our party believes in the rule of law and the sanctity of the Constitution. The return of the immediate past governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, is an added, we consider it as an added value to us, and we are in agreement with his return, and more so considering his pedigree.
The national chairman said the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, cannot run the affairs of Labour Party as stipulated by the 1999 Constitution, which prohibits any association from contributing to the funds of any political party. He said the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC president, is not a financial member of the party and as such cannot fault the return of Olusegun Mimiko in any case.
By the Constitution of the can own a partisan political party. So NLC cannot lay ownership of the Labour Party. The Labour Party belongs to the people and not necessarily an organized, registered political party.
He reiterated that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, recognizes Abdulkadir Abdulsalam as the chairman of the party, which is distinct from the NLC. In Abuja, Patricia Esameluba, NTA News.
Ekiti Election Petition Tribunal commences sitting. Let's get details of that report and others from Ogochukuka in Benin Network Center. Hello, Ogochukuka. Good to see you. All right, we will get back to Ogochukuka in Benin. Now it's time to take a short break. More news when we return. Don't go away.
My first experience riding this train. I've heard about it so much all around the city.
Actually, I'm surprised that such a development is coming to us.
I was impressed, so neat, and actually you can compare with any type of train, all over the world.
I could not imagine that I'll be going from Edo straight to the airport by train.
And the environment is so clean and the ACs are cool.
I want to commend federal government for the initiative to provide these train services.
And I wish to
laud the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in seeing that this project is a reality.
Please get ready to alight on the right side of the train. Thank you.
Yeah, Modena. Do you have Yamala? Yes. And Abula? Yes, sir. Black or white? Yamala. Have I ever eaten white Amala here before? Yes, sir. Give me Amala and Abula. Do you have Dodo? The two ground. Good. Let me have some Dodo. I want you to put the meat in a bowl. Shaki, supu. Above this, I like my edo to be very tender. You have stockfish? Yes, sir. Good. Let's have some stockfish. And catfish, my favorite. Don't mind them. You have eggs. I would like 6 boiled eggs. No eggs. Okay, catfish will do. And then rice. Rice and then some salad. Look. Do you have a guru?
Welcome back. Still on political matters, Kano State House of Assembly has confirmed Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna as Deputy Governor following his nomination by Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Before his appointment, the new Deputy Governor was the Commissioner for Agriculture. Fatima Sanusi Karaye completes the report.
Until his nomination by Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the Deputy Governor designate Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna is the Commissioner for Agriculture. He served as Chairman Nasarawa Local Government Council for 8 consecutive years under the defunct All Nigerian People's Party, ANPP. He was also elected as National President, All Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON. Nasiru Gawuna, a grassroots politician, has been a frontline member of the All Progressive Congress in Kano State. While presenting him before members of the state legislature, the Speaker, Kabiru Al-Hassan Rurum, described the nominee as an astute politician with high regard among political class in the state. He commended the foresight of Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje for choosing Nasiru Gawuna as his deputy, especially now that the state is in dire need of resourceful and energetic leaders. The Speaker called on him to close rank with Governor Ganduje in meeting the expectations of the people and consolidating success recorded.
We will discuss and the House unanimously agree and endorsed the nomination of Dr. Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna to be appointed as the Deputy Governor of Kano State from today. Is that what we discuss at the committee of the whole House? Yes. Did the House agree? Yes.
Some legislators who commended the selection of the new Deputy Governor advised him to be loyal and place service above self. In Kano, Fatima Sanusi Karaye, NTA News.
And now we'll go back to our Benin Network Center, and Ogo Chukwuka is still there.
Thank you for joining us.
The Ekiti State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has commenced sitting on the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and its candidate against the victory of Dr. Kayode Fayemi of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Suleiman Bergore, agrees with the councils that the panel will now sit outside the state for security reasons. Kola Adegbobuyi reports.
At the pre-hearing, the chairman of the tribunal told parties concerned that the court is not unaware of the enormity of the challenge before it, with pledge to discharge its functions without fear or favor or being unduly influenced by any of the parties, and warned that the tribunal will not condone acts inimical to smooth proceedings. Some of the counsels to the petitioners and respondents were of the view that the tribunal will afford them to prove their cases to get justice. On assumption of hearing proper, the counsel to the petitioner, Kolapo Olushola and PDP in the case, raised an order of urgent importance that the rowdy session witnessed inside the court premises is a distraction and security threat to the court session.
When you approach the tribunal and you are confronted with wild and cordial wielding crowd, of course, one must be concerned.
Admittedly, we have the police, but to what extent can we stress the police? There must be more to it, or some other efforts apart from police efforts.
They, however, prayed the tribunal to relocate its sitting to Abuja to avert security breach, but the chairman of the tribunal, who agreed with the parties, reserved his ruling on the venue for relocation. In Ado-Ekiti, Kola Adegbobuyi, NT News.
Ondo State Government and the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Akure, have agreed to work together as partners for a robust information flow. The consensus was reached when the management of NTA Akure, led by the new general manager, Segun Ojelade, met with the state governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. Doris Olumoko has details.
Journalists, as members of the fourth estate of the realm, have critical roles to play in any democratic setting in terms of information dissemination from government to the people and feedback from the people to government. This is why the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Akure, and Ondo State governments are partnering for a robust information flow. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, was set up to, among other responsibilities, project and release to the outside world those things that are remarkable and bring feedback. Achieving these and more were the vocal points of discussion between government and NTA.
We are here to serve the government and the people of Ondo State. We will try as much as possible to support you. We will support you. That's why we're here. We are ready to partner with you, or as you have requested, ready to support you. We will support you.
The governor requested more of government activities beamed on the network service of the NTA, while NTA, on the other hand, should use its content to attract widespread viewership. In Akure, Doris Olumoko, NTA News.
We return to Abuja for more on Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Oluchukwuka. To forestall the increasing cases of mining-induced disaster and to discover more solid mineral resources, a geochemical mapping program has come to effect. Mayor Ogidi reports on the gains of this program.
Lignite poisoning in Anambra State and lead poisoning in Zamfara and Niger states are just few of the life-threatening events of late in the mining industry.
We do not want to mortgage our environment at the expense of natural resources.
This expression of concern is one of the reasons Nigeria has brought in a long-standing friend, that is the China Geological Survey, to work with the Nigeria Geological Survey Agency in carrying out a nationwide sample testing with the ultimate goal of knowing the chemical formation of the soil to enable operators to apply the best equipment and chemical while mining.
It's a process where we determine the crustal elemental concentration that is of use in mineral exploration
It's not only going to benefit the mining sector, it will benefit the agricultural sector in planning, it will benefit the water resources sector, it will benefit planning and environment, it will also benefit the urban and regional planning aspect of national development.
It is a 5-year assignment through the Sino-Nigeria partnership. Mie Ogede, NT News.
And on the foreign scene, the Tripoli only functioning airport has been closed down by the authorities for the second time in 1 week, following threats by rival military groups. This and other stories trending across the globe. Let's join Ado Adamu also.
Thank you and welcome to this segment of the news. We start in Africa, where Libyan authorities have closed down to the only Tripoli's functioning airport, diverting traffic to a nearby airport controlled by militia. The move came after the UN-recognized Tripoli government handed control of the facility from one militia to another, prompting the Transport Ministry to order its closure on security concerns. Deputy Transport Minister Hashim Doshikwat called the closing of the Mitiga airport as unfortunate, but said the measure is for travelers' safety. This is not the first time the airport is being closed following threats by militias. Germany has welcomed an agreement between Turkey and Russia to establish a demilitarized zone in Syria's Idlib province, the last major stronghold of the opposition group. Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said on Twitter that his country welcomed all steps toward avoiding a humanitarian catastrophe. He appealed for concrete steps toward implementing the agreement. Elsewhere, Russia is blaming Israel for the downing of one of its military aircraft over Syria. The plane disappeared on Monday, allowing an alleged airstrike on a Syrian airbase near Latakia. Israel used the Russian reconnaissance aircraft as one of its missions. Reports say Israel has, however, never confirmed nor denied that it launched such an attack. And that is it from here. The news continues.
And now to sports. Aspirants brace up for the 2018 Nigeria Football Federation election in Katsina as Kwesi Premier Basketball League playoff jump ball Wednesday. Ayodeji Makinde tells us more on spot.